We are surrounded by electronics in our daily lives. It is a constant companion. Whether it is the coffee machine, the mobile phone, the ABS device in the car, we constantly have some highly sensitive components that are installed and that have to fulfill their function. In the course of progress, the advancing miniaturization and the ever-increasing power density, these components are becoming more and more sensitive. Therefore, it is of the utmost and immense importance, especially in the manufacturing process, to protect these components from electrostatic discharge. This effect can occur constantly if you do not take appropriate precautions to prevent it. The insidious thing about this phenomenon is that in the vast majority of cases it is not immediately apparent. These sensitive components, integrated circuits within these electronic devices, are pre-damaged by an electrostatic discharge. This pre-damage cannot be detected in the area of quality assurance. It is only in the course of normal operation, which can be a week, which can be a few hours, but which can also take a year and a half, that this pre-damage leads to a complete failure of the device in question. You can imagine the effects if, for example, it is the control unit for the brakes in the car. That is why it is of the utmost importance in production workplaces to make all components that are placed in such an ESD protected area and are handled within ESD safe. This includes all operating equipment, but also tools, clothing and seating. Everything must comply exactly with the IEC 61340 standards. When configuring a workbench at ETAM using the workbench configurator, the first step is to decide whether or not ESD safety is required. If I select this, the appropriate configurations are made in advance. And when the table is completed, I can have the ESD documentation output directly with the creation of the documentation. When the documentation is automatically generated by the workbench configurator, a list of all the measuring points that we provide as standard is also created. Further points can also be individually agreed with the customer. These points are then measured by our trained specialist staff using calibrated measuring instruments and are then entered in an inspection report, which is handed over with the delivery of the table, so that absolute ESD safety is guaranteed on site.